In the house. I'm back. This time I didn't even go on Facebook Live. Maybe at the end I may run over there and allow people to see. I'm doing this Ayesha Curry video today, and man, I was wondering why everybody at work was talking about this topic, and I was referring way back 6 years ago from when Kevin Samuels brought up this topic. So it just proved that he was right, and I was seeing it all along. That not only she needs attention, but what I put in the caption is what I was taught. We was learning what stay in the house, stay in the home, said in the house, done in the house, stay in the house, and the loved one that cared for my son did something like that to me the other day. Because if you see part of the living room, you can see one section is cluttered up, and the way they put it, it's like he's a pet rat, and it's done in a real diabolical, slick tongue way. So let's get into this show, and I got many a clips, so fair use on this first one, and it's from the OG. KC. So until then, let's check it out. It's somewhere up in this screen. Where is it?
Condolences to the Currys.
Do you hear that? Yep, I'm coming like this. Yes, I'm coming like this. Yes, that's Kevin Samuels right there, and we finna hear what he said 6 years ago. 6 years ago. Check it out.
Condolences to the Currys. Never marry a woman who thinks she's better than you. All right, guys, I'm just going to get right into this.
So we're going to get into 2 minutes of this video, and everybody feel free to check out the rest. Until then, let's check them out.
This one hits home for me because I've seen it so often. I've counseled with guys through divorce care, through Christian ministries, through breakups, through so many things. And I've seen so many guys that have actually married a woman they absolutely adore. But the woman thinks she's better than you, and ultimately, she's jealous of you. Avoid women who think they are better than you because you can never make them happy. And here's the thing, as your success continues to rise, their anger, their resentment, their animosity towards you will continue to rise.
And red flags are produced when you're with this type of woman also because you start seeing if they start noticing while they're with you that you're getting a certain kind of attention that they're not getting, woo, that's a cold place to be, because it's like you're not asking for the attention, although it's happening.
Outwardly, people look at you and say, she's so lucky to have this man. He's a multimillionaire, a good family man, all these other things. And all she's sitting there and saying, it should be me. I'm better than him. Especially, this really runs deep, especially in women who are failed actresses and failed models. When you meet a woman who is a struggling local actress, struggling local model, attractive, but she just doesn't have that it factor. You can kick it with her, you can date her, you can hang out with her, but do not make any kind of commitment to her. And for God's sake, don't marry her or have any children. Because one, she is always going to have in her mind any kind of weight I put on, anything that happens is going to potentially hurt this non-existent career she's dreaming about, this fame that she wants, this thing that she cannot have. And especially if you're like Seth Curry and you actually attained it. He married his high school sweetheart. He was a teenage boy and she was a teenage girl. That 15-year-old boy was ecstatic to have that gorgeous girl because she actually grew into her womanness before he grew into his manness. He has finally grown into his man's body, into his man's mind, and become the man a lot of people saw in him. She's still looking at him as the same little boy who was blowing her kisses and kissing her ass as a teenager. And that's what you saw come out. That's what it is. It wasn't that she wants more attention. It wasn't that she wants more guys on her DM. She married a guy that she thinks she's better than. And honestly, she's jealous of him. She's jealous because I'm sitting at home, pumped out 3 kids, and he's on TV every day.
So I'm going to stop it right there. So y'all see where I'm going. It's like the jealous factor is real serious when it comes to these sort of relationships. It's like, hey, I can remember, like, I couldn't even make a right turn, or I had to think 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times, or if I'm going down the street and I know we got to turn right, and you got all these young girls or young women or somebody at a bus stop. And it's like, if I look that way, they're looking at me, looking at what I supposedly be looking at. And then I notice a whole lot of women have a whole lot of mind reading abilities that don't even exist. Mind reading abilities that don't exist. And it just grows and grows and be nurtured and nurtured. Because when you're around the birds of a feather, that sort of magical, majestic things grows. It grows on you. And so you got to be very careful. Like these mind reading ability. Now they say it's things like women intuition. Okay, that may be something true, but all this mind reading stuff, that's only that only can go so far. Especially if it's always like, can you imagine in these days' time, being in that relationship where the phone is the most powerful thing in the relationship? Loyalty is based on the phone. But like I said, where's the loyalty at? Putting all your household business out there in the street for the whole public to hear about because of the attention that that your husband is getting doing his job. And you're not getting the same amount of burst attention and don't even care for, and you want the same reaction. You want some sort of reaction of someone giving your attention that he's getting because you're measuring the looks of these other women, and it's really allow you to feel threatened. So thank God she is getting some therapy. So let's get on with the next part of these videos where you can hear some other opinions that's going to be dynamite and bold. So let me see. Should I do? Oh, yeah, I'm going to do the Shazad one. Let me see. Fair use. And that was Kevin saying it was real good to hear from him with that one there. Man, golly. And here it is. Ready? Fair use. This one right here. This is a trip.
Ayesha Curry is the reason we need Kevin Samuels. Someone needs to go find his reboot card and take it to the van because this shit is unacceptable. This might just be enough to take Curry out of top 10 conversations. Ayesha Curry, his only bad shot selection. There is a very possible chance that Flight loves Curry more than Ayesha, and I'm willing to die on that hill. There have been 2 phrases from this woman that I've never heard in my entire life. The first phrase is trapped with Stephen Curry. Shit, 6'3", light-skinned, green eyes, pause, no diddy, just let me get to the point. Billionaire, historic NBA player. What trap are you in, my guy? The second phrase is, I'm not getting attention from other men. From a married woman. That's a single woman statement. That is not a statement that married women say. Yeah, this really sucks for Curry, man. But that said, I will be taking his over every game this season because I do expect 25 points per game after this shit.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
So did y'all hear all that? See, you heard the Kevin Samuels part earlier. So feel free to check out this whole video, the commercials and everything. And hit that like button. Let's really get this show to cracking. I'm on the Facebook algorithm right now, so let's check out the rest.
Whole Ayesha Curry situation, which hasn't died down, I believe is really exposing what men are dealing with out here.
Ayesha Curry is a perfect example of why it is so important to have a hoe phase. Go be a hoe. Be a hoe. But be a safe hoe, though. Like, protect yourself and don't get pregnant. That's why she's sitting over there feeling trapped with Steph Curry. Sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to really appreciate what you have. She probably ain't never been hoed. She probably ain't never been drugged through the mud by a dude. She probably
So this lady is sounding crazy. So that means love don't hardly have anything to be like really involved in this. Securing the bag, like what Kevin Samuel said, she allowed them other family members, maybe did get in her head, but still it was her decision to create a family, to do this. Everything was looking real good. Hey, you would think with the first baby, you're supposed to have been bonded. In the second, where's the bonding? Where's the loyalty? Hey, it's not like she still lost her chance not to do whatever she wants to do. So let's check out the rest of this video. Wow.
never been. She probably never had a heartbroken time and time and time again. That's why she can't really appreciate what she has, because it's like, I need something edgy. I need something fun. Like this mom stuff, this being married to Steph Curry, this shit is boring. And now she's really rebelling. She want to be in the streets. She want to be desired by other men. She probably want to do something with another man because she probably never experienced that. Like, when did they get together? Like high school or something? That is not enough time to be out in the world and do stuff and experience stuff. Like, you don't have to experience a whole lot, but I don't
See, I stopped it right there for a reason. See, a lot of people talk about pregnancy, about what happened inside a woman, baby, when it comes to pregnancy. But then it's another factor. She's mixed. A lot of us is mixed with a whole lot of genes. And I think deep down, one of the spirits in her gene pool wants to come out. That's just my take on it. And a lot of people comprehend what I'm talking about. So let's get back to the show.
think she experienced anything at all. And now she's tied down, married with kids. You can't go do your thing right now unless you go do your thing and run the risk. Like, you ain't just no Lucinda.
Married with children,
You're
married
Ayesha
with
Curry.
children.
If you go mess with anybody, trust me, we gonna know about it.
The odd thing about this video, what's really odd, isn't really anything that she said. It's the fact that men will hear this and they're not surprised. They're not surprised because this only validates.
Dang. That's cold. See, we have got to a place where we're really not so surprised. Golly. Ain't that cold, boy?
Something that men have known for a long time is that a lot of chicks today believe that being a 304 is a rite of passage before you're ready to settle down and have a family. We say this all the time, and we see this, right? That women sort of view their younger years as a time when they need to experience as many sexual partners as possible. Don't judge me. No one will ever know. And if I don't, I feel like I missed out. And she's trying to say, oh, be safe, be careful. And that really doesn't work. We know the majority of these chicks end up coming with 1 kid, 2 kids, trauma, STDs, STIs, and then get on TikTok asking, where are all the good men?
Real life, Ayesha Curry is the perfect example is that you can have everything in the world and it's still not enough. The greatest example of that. Gang, you told all of us, I didn't want to be married, I didn't want kids, I thought I was going to be the career-driven woman. Steph wasn't my type, and I thought he was going to be a basketball coach. Once you found out that nigga was going to the league, you took the opportunity. That's what this is. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, you see all the attention that these other bitches getting and all this stuff like that, and you want to be just like them. Disrespecting your husband on these podcasts like he wasn't my type, all that extra shit. Nobody forced you to be a wife. Nobody forced you to be a mom. You could have did whatever you wanted to do, but you saw that come up and you took it.
Yeah.
Now all you do is embarrass your husband and want male validation. You want to be a hoe. And all you females talking about, oh, I can relate. I know how she feels. But how when half y'all ain't been married? Shut up.
Let's got a few of these comments here that people have to say. Everyone should have a fun phase. I know I did. I loved it too. Well, let's check out who this is right here. Talking about she had her fun phase and doesn't regret it. Check that out. God first. Mom. Yep. And listen, it would be chicks like Candy Yams over here who be online posting about how men aren't serious and they just want to play games when they can see right through you. They see the damage. They see.
Yeah. So, feel free to go over there and check out our boy's show, man. He is not playing. So I got another one for you. Man, I'm talking about, they up here talking about going through a whole phase of rites of patches and stuff like this. Sure, I thought rites of patches was a male category, like sowing your oats and stuff. And then it's like, things flip. Now, women wants to sow their oats, but knowing that all that penetration and pounding in different sizes, hey, and being in the room with knowing that damn near half the block and got with your woman is not a safe place that men generally don't want or use vehicle of that sort because like where's the pair bond? Could it be fixed? Could it be repaired when it comes to these kind of relationships? That's what we got to ask ourselves. But after you didn't start going the opposite direction, because I remember in church, it was a lot of shame jumping off. It was what? People used to always say, marry before you carry. And we had a lot of programs to stop in commercials on TV right in the 70s and 80s, talking about teen sex and stuff, hotline, and man, but all of that just looked like it just faded away real slowly. And then other topics start coming up, like HIV topic, war on crack and all this thing. Man, so these are the people that be coming through the rooms. We're going to get to the next one so we can see. That was a good take. I sure would like to see what y'all going to write in the chat right on that video and the video I played before this for those that was on YouTube 5 minutes ago before I cammed up to Facebook. So, and let's check out the legendary. What should we gonna check out? Meteor Turbo Riva TV. I want to see what a female point of view, because her title says this. Let me show you. Fair use on this one right here. Her title says this. Right here. Stephen Curry humiliated by his wife again. Ayesha Curry is the new Jada Pinkett Smith. That is on point right there. That's definitely on point. Get in.
attention. And so then,
You
like, I
don't
begin to
even realize
internalize it, and I'm like, is something wrong with
You're
me?
not-
But you're gonna say like in high school, like on the court, you're like at church, he was the guy.
At church.
Was
River TV. What's up, guys?
So, fair use. This is Riva TV, and I mean, she's gonna break it down. And look, they look like the star couple. Denzel, wife, and all these people, and LeBron wife ain't going out here putting their household business out there in the street. So let's see what's cracking. And hit that like button if you have got to this section of the video. Man, I'm telling you, boy.
It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So just when I kind of thought that Ayesha Curry was done embarrassing, humiliating her husband, I was wrong. Okay? And I feel like we should have taken it as a red flag when she was sitting down with Auntie Jada Pinkett Smith at the Red Table Talk the first time.
Have any of that. Like, I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention.
Now, if you guys are unaware of exactly what happened, recently Ayesha Curry actually did an interview in which she talked about a number of things, and one of those things being that she, you know, basically never wanted to be married and didn't want to have.
Hello, everybody. I'm gonna have to speed it up so we can get to the main talking points. So, you know.
Have kids, wasn't interested in Steph Curry, like all of the above. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys a clip, and then we're going to go ahead and break this whole conversation down.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married.
Now, here's the thing. You know, her saying that she didn't want kids and that she didn't want to be married or get married, there's nothing inherently wrong with you having the, you know, that standpoint, right? There's nothing inherently wrong with you being a person that feels like maybe it's something that's not for you or something that you don't want to be a part of. But the issue is that, you know, when you are now in a contrary space, anything negative that you have said about your husband or anything that you have said that is kind of like going against the idea or the thought process of marriage is going to put you under a microscope. Because, again, it wasn't too long ago that you were sitting down at the Red Table Talk talking about the fact that, you know, Steph is getting all of this women attention and you were getting male attention.
Have any of that. Like, I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then, like, I begin to internalize it, and I'm like, is something wrong with me? Because I don't want it, but it would be nice to know that, like.
Now at that time, you can see she was rather getting plumpalicious, but still, I guarantee you, Stephen Curry loves every fiber being of her, but damn, and he's rooting for her. And it's like, wow, this isn't man. Can you imagine how many men, young boys, heart sunk over this? It's like, is these people being put up to do this, or is it what I'm saying earlier? Because the fact of her having so many genes in her, one of them genes is dominantly wants to break loose. And the regrets. We all have regrets. So, you know.
Like, someone's looking.
Now, I of course, when that thing, that conversation, I kind of.
Hey, I'm going to put it up to here.
She had this idea of being like a career woman, you know, a certified boss chick with no husband and no kids.
I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. And I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that.
Now, the thing is that, you know, she wanted to be an actress. Okay. And so she really believed that she was going to be the one, you know, that person in the limelight, all the attention on her, all eyes on her, doing her thing.
Can we talk about, so you graduated high school early to move to LA to start your acting career.
Yeah.
get into her bag, making her money in all different aspects. That was her dream, when she was growing up. There's nothing wrong with that. Once again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because think about it. She's gonna be this actress, gonna have her choice of what man to put down. Like all of a sudden, cars. So because women is starting to have the ideal that if I get all this success, that I get the choice of what man that will care for me and still not be satisfied, because the data show 80% of divorces come from women. And to me, this looked like she wants him to pull the divorce trigger first, but she don't see it happening. So, deliberately, that gene that's in her wants to come out, and it's doing everything to force the issue for the card of divorce. And if it happens and he gets someone else, she's gonna be devastated. And so
However, the way in which she now talks about marriage, it's like comical to her that she's not living out what she envisioned for herself and that she took such a turn.
And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's hard to, hear this conversation.
Yeah, bet sure is. Hey, like what we were saying, it's hard for her to hear this conversation. So feel free to go and check out the rest of her video. And I'm going to give you a glimpse of her page before we leave. It looks like this. So go over there and check her out, okay? Go over there and check her out. And it's Riva TV. And now we're going to look at one more and we're going to wrap this up. Because, man, this is like the most wildest thing I ever seen, because the poor man, where's poor man at? Because poor man have it cracking. Shoot, I think his is really dope. This is the dope one. Okay, so we're going to look at the poor man side of podcast. And feel free, you hit that like button, share, because this is going to be really crazy now. Because this podcast guy do not be playing.
Reason why wealthy people value privacy. And I say this all the time, and it happens every single time.
And I will be speeding it up. And then check out what people be writing in the chat. Also, and write in my chat if you feel free and you have something to say. And I have a Cash App right over there. So,
these women who are dating these affluent men get on these podcasts, and because the only interesting thing they have to talk about is the wealthy man that they're dating, they end up oversharing and saying something they shouldn't be saying in front of millions of people.
4 kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals. I was never the little girl that dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want. After we got married, we were pregnant with our daughter so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life trying to work towards something and then it kind of just disappeared and I didn't think twice about it. But after my daughter turned 1, I remember there being a shift and being like, I have goals for myself. This doesn't feel right. I love being a mom, but I love doing other things too. And I need to get my shit together and figure out what that looks like for myself now.
See? And then, hey, it's like what Kevin Samuels, it's like, hey, it's an envious demon in her. Jealous. She needs something like a spiritual exorcism of some sort. Because, man, this is like, I know Kevin Curry probably didn't even see this coming. This is not even funny. To be out here publicly saying this. Now, if it was in the book, then that's publicly too. So it's like there's no way. What makes her think we really want to know or care about this? But now it's at the stage of, hey, it's something to think about and care about. But let's listen to the rest of the show. Golly.
Oh. So is she happy or not? Oh, I can't tell.
I don't want to talk about another man's wife the way that I'm about to have to.
Like, is she happy or not?
Regardless of if she's happy or not, she's definitely expressing a sense of regret. And usually when people are talking about their family through the lens of regret, it's not a good thing.
Because Kiki, I'll say my point and you just go ahead, because you can go ahead and tell me if I'm being myself toxic.
Okay.
This ladies there watching the Power Fam, don't you listen to none of this nonsense or read none of this comment, none of these things that this lady is talking about. She's clearly delusional and cannot understand that she has won the life lottery.
Right.
You found, I mean, we get it. I understand what she said. Stuff happened so fast. I had my eyes set on this. But you made choices. You made a choice to marry Steph Curry. Didn't nobody make her do that. You made a choice to have a kid. We know how kids are made. All of these are all decisions. And I understand that you wonder what your life would have been like, but to come out, it's embarrassing to Steph, to me as a family. Like, ain't no way my wife, after I didn't provided you all of this type of, you gonna tell me you didn't think of yourself as being a wife and being a mama. I get it. Keep that shit to yourself. Go say it.
And I mean, this happened to some of my family members and some of my friends. And we don't know us as men, we don't know how we supposed to maneuver in a very like that. We fixed society up so rough and so tough that, they fixed society up so we can be on equal plane and plateaus. And we got the Bible, the Quran, all kind of Torah, and all these books. And woo! And then we have in the United States where we know in our community, they make sure every culture always move in no matter what presidency, but that's going to be another show.
To the therapist. But what she said right there is embarrassing to their family. It's being a wife and being a mama. I get it. Keep that shit to yourself. Go say it to the therapist. But what she said right there is embarrassing to their family. It's an embarrassment. My mama gets on and tells me she didn't want to be a mama and didn't want to be married. I'm looking at my mama like, Mama, do you see what that is? Are you crazy?
Yep, that's what it is. Do you see what that is? Is you crazy? So this is going to bring a bad taste in men's mouth. This is going to bring a bad taste in the young girls and women that that's literally being raised on doing right by their husbands, their future husbands. By being right in their future relationships, the boyfriend and girlfriend phase, they was gonna this is like really ruin it, and then it was so it's gonna be a lot of side eyeing in relationship from men, because now we're gonna think some of y'all are being chameleons. Like you're gonna give us a wife treatment during the boyfriend and girlfriend phase, and then when the ring pop on the finger up under these laws in the United States, then the real you pops up. And this is why so much conversation in the spaces. Let's listen to the rest of the show.
The lady.
Nah, take it all the way there. What if your dad got on a podcast? What if Steph Curry himself got on a podcast and somebody said, did you ever imagine that you would have a big family? He said, hell nah, I never wanted kids. I never wanted a wife. Man, look at all these hoes around me. I can't even get fondled without being in the news. I never wanted this. I never wanted a wife. I never wanted kids. People would be looking at him like he crazy. And so yeah, she go on a podcast expressing regret for having a family, really expressing regret for just making good decisions. And there's people out here that can't afford groceries, they can't afford health care, and we looking at you like you crazy. Cheer up. It ain't that bad. You better be happy.
So, I wanted y'all to hear that part, and that's our boy. That always say HBO, the Poor Man Podcast, HBO. Give them the H1, help a brother out Cash App. So, go over there and check him out, and this is how his channel look. Wait, this is how his channel look.
The life lottery, which goes to
in short, I'm saying pay these women.
So that's how his channel look, right there. So go over there and check him out, give him a like, and I'm gonna clean up the show, and that's clean up the show. And man, this is like something real crazy in the hood now, because when my son and them see stuff like this, you're practically telling every man and every child that's looking at this that really get out there and try to do what you want to do. And then when you have a discussion about marriage, well, honey, let me fulfill this goal. But if it's an actress or a model or something, dude, is you gonna put a deadline on it? Because one thing that I know for sure, what I used to love what Kevin said, it's still a lot of long engagements going on. That's what cracks me up. What's up with these long engagements? People be having an engagement for 8 years. You could have been married by then, but that's another story. Maybe we need to put new laws on the book. And then we have that we have the contract thing. I'm gonna make that be in another show. Might have y'all look at a little glimpse of it. But some people does marriage in another way, and they make their own little legalities behind the scene to be, still enthrust in the laws, like wills, documents, trusts, and all of that nature. A lot of us know stuff about, but some of us don't know nothing about that. And the cold part about Ayesha going is, it's like I said, what love got to do with it. So it's like she wants to end it. She wants him to pull the trigger to end this. So if that don't sound like recovery is an inside job, because if she was really working on recovery in the inside job, it would be a tell like, hey, I have a new book coming out on this. And then I thought, she came out with a cookbook? Did she have a cooking show for a moment? And at that time, when she had that cooking show, some of us was chiming in because of what she was dressing and looking so provocative. Is she looking forward to going on OnlyFans? Because man, she's like the next Jada Fitz. It's like, what's going on with these women? Like, it's like, they want, it's like what the cultural clinicians say. Most of these women is looking for a Tupac in the suit. So if Steph Curry was the ball player, always out there doing what his other basketball player, Draymond Green, be doing, like starting fouls, getting fouled out the game. Still, that wouldn't be enough, because that's more attention for the women that's looking for people that do what the Draymond Greens do. So it's like what our boy said. I'm going to end this show. It ain't got late. I got my good Rams cup here. And man, hey, I see y'all tomorrow or sometime this weekend. And remember, recovery is an inside job. And hit that like button, subscribe, Cash App, and I'm gonna need probably some technical assistance to learn how to, or take some time off so I can learn how to do the back end, so I can start seeing how this merch thing work. Is it a necessary thing I want to get into? Got to write things on the book to see if I can afford it in the first place. And remember, recovery is an inside job.